I'ma say Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Ahud. It's Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Kwame Yasha Allah, Mighty Shalom. And this lesson is entitled Embrace Being the Outcast 2025. Embrace Being the Outcast 2025. Lord willing, this quick hit be edifying. This is the book of John chapter 15 verse 18. It says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. And the word which is in us is Yahweh. And because of that word, we are made enemies of this world. As the scriptures say, have we become your enemy because we tell you the truth? This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And the answer is yes. Who make a man an offender for a word? That time is here. But ultimately, we have to embrace being an outcast. Not the lone wolf, not the anti-social brother, all right? But the outcast according to this world, all right? John 15:18, if the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. And Yahweh was the ultimate example of this world. Hating righteousness, hating uprightness, hating these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because Yahweh embodied that in the flesh, all right? Think that I come not to destroy the law and the prophets, but to fulfill, all right? So Yahweh is the greatest example of our testimony on this side, ultimately how to be a proper outcast, okay? And the Lord even said himself, he's going to assemble the outcasts of Israel, all right? So the Lord is doing that, okay? And those outcasts are those righteous men that on the highways and byways sighing and crying for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. The hopeful elect, scattered across the four corners of the earth, separating themselves from the ways of the world, embracing being an outcast, not the lone wolf, not the anti-social brother, all right, but an outcast in righteousness, putting off the ways of this world, all right, delayed gratification, okay, which is putting off the ways of this world, ultimately in hopes of gaining the kingdom. All our forefathers had it, all right? All our forefathers practiced in it, okay? Delayed gratification, embracing being an outcast. This is John 15:19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So the Lord chose us out of this place, all right? This filthy, abominable, wretched nation, okay, that the Lord is going to deal with in judgment. Babylon the Great, Revelation 18 chapter said, her sins have reached unto the heavens, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai remembereth her sins. So the Lord ultimately is calculating in prophecy the downfall of this society, man, okay? But we have to embrace being an outcast, not the lone wolf, not the anti-social brother, but ultimately in righteousness, parting ways with the current system of this world, man, okay? So it says, again, John 15:19, if ye were of the world will love his own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you, right? So ultimately, this world hated us because of that light that is in us. And as the scriptures say, be constantly among men of understanding. Get that real quick. If thou be amongst the indiscreet. This is Sirach 27:12. I start at 11. The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changes as the moon. If thou be amongst the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding, right? So the indiscreet is likened unto 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the world, okay? But it says, observe the time, meaning what? Know that, hey, you're in an uncontrolled environment, so to speak. Anything can happen, all right? And multitude of those individuals that you're around are given over to Satan, okay? So being an outcast from that is actually a bonus. It's actually a positive thing, because look at the way the world is turning. Look at the way the society is going. Look at the way prophecy is unfolding, all right? This place is being weakened. So going with the grain of this world is ultimately going to get you destroyed. But going against the grain of this world, all right, and going with the scriptures, with this prophecy, with this word, can ultimately save you. So it says, verse 12, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding, right? Scriptures say, man that had little business shall become wise. I end off on that, Sirach 38:24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that had little business shall become wise. So we have the time right now to where all we have to do is pray and watch. That's our occupation. The scriptures say the occupation is prophecy. Yes, we go to work and get our daily bread, but ultimately the system is going to fail very shortly. And what's going to be left in? What money will be left in? The treasures and the riches of the scriptures, this prophecy. So we have to embrace being an outcast. The outcast, according to the scriptures, ultimately is dwelling and abiding in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and putting off the ways of this world. So Lord willing, this message was edifying. I'm going to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Layim Lai Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harachak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, mighty Shalom.